very much for being with us here, everybody, in the Tulsa Convention Center. I'm Jim Ross. I'll be your host for the next 60 minutes, and we've got a tremendous hour in store for you. We'll show you an updated look at the Universal Wrestling Federation Top 10, and you'll also see some of the great tag team combinations in this hour competing in the UWF. And I'm talking about such great duos as Hacksaw Duggan and Terry Taylor. They'll go against another tremendous team in Rick Steiner and Sting right here on television. Plus, you're going to see Dr. S.D. Williams in action in single competition. We'll also see the fabulous Freebirds in tag team competition. We'll also see the very unusual yet effective team of Iceman King Parsons and the Missing Link. It's going to be a great hour, and we'll have some big announcements about the upcoming bunkhouse brawls and several other exciting things involving Universal Wrestling Federation stars as this hour progresses. We certainly hope that you and your family have had a great holiday season and a very Merry Christmas. And right now, let's go to our ring announcer, Mike Wilson.
Ladies and gentlemen, from St. Joe, Missouri, at 278 pounds, Mike George, accompanied by Jack Victory. Introducing his opponent from Miami, Florida, at 224 pounds, Rickhouse Brown. This match, 1 fall or 10-minute time limit.
Rickhouse Brown back here in the Universal Wrestling Federation to challenge Mike George here in our first match. This should be a very fast-paced match. Both Brickhouse Brown and Mike George, veterans of the Squared Circle. This is Mike George's first appearance here on Universal Wrestling, and he is the same Mike George that was a former North American heavyweight champion. And he joins a very illustrious group as he attacks Brickhouse Brown. And Brown showing his quickness. Arm drag takedown by Brickhouse Brown. Brown quite obviously is the quicker of the two athletes, and also is in excellent condition, as is easy to see. But Mike George, as I was mentioning, former North American heavyweight champion. He's also a former co-holder of the United States Tag Team Championship. So he knows what it's like to go for the gold and to be a champion. And he and that man, Jack Victory, have taken up the slack in Hollywood John Tatum's absence due to his car accident. So we've got Mike George and Brickhouse Brown here in our first match on the Universal Wrestling Federation. George and Brown squaring off, a little stare down there as they were crisscrossing here on this opening match on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Remember, the dream team of Terry Taylor and Hacksaw Duggan against an equally adept team in Rick Steiner and Sting, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and I assume that Missy Hyatt will both be at ringside for that encounter later in the hour. We'll also see the Stallion from Oklahoma University, Steve Dr. Death Williams, in action as Brickhouse Brown uses a rather unorthodox escape to alleviate the pressure from the wrist lock that Mike George had applied, as George gets perhaps some pointers as far as strategy is concerned from his new tag team partner, Jack Victory. And I want to say, I've seen this team in action. Saw them in the Superdome on Thanksgiving night before 13,000 plus, our thanks to Popeyes and WWL television. And I'll guarantee you, George and Victory are an excellent tag team combination. George at 275, using his strength now to take over on Brickhouse Brown, as it's George, such a powerful man. Owns a gymnasium in St. Joe, Missouri. Brickhouse Brown now fighting back, showing his offensive spark. But George rakes the eyes. That's slowing Brickhouse Brown down, as it would anyone. George with clubbing forearms to the back of Brown. Jack Victory watching all the action at ringside. He has been very uninvolved physically in this match, which is, I think, good. As Mike George with a big right hand to Brickhouse Brown. Remember, Michael Hayes and Buddy Roberts, the fabulous Freebirds, in tag team competition in the hour as well, as we continue to see Mike George methodically take apart Brickhouse Brown, but now it's Brown back with some stinging lefts and a right hand, but George did not go down. George is a big, strong man. a drop kick right to the face of Mike George from the Show Me State, and he was certainly shown a very expert drop kick there. Brown was going for the drop kick off the second rope, but George moved out of the way. This could be the deciding factor in this match as the Russian leg sweep by Mike George. And a 3 count. And Mike George, the big man, the hammer of the Victory George duo with a victory here on Universal Wrestling. And we've got a phenomenal tag team challenge right after this timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, accompanied by Hot Stuff. Thank you. You know you're so good, but I'm so much better. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Hyatt and Hot Stuff International first, 265 pounds from Detroit, Michigan, Mr. Superclass himself, Rick Steiner. And also his partner from every man's nightmare, 270 pounds, the one, the only, Sting. And also, let's not forget, the most beautiful, the most gorgeous, the greatest lady in professional wrestling today, Missy Hyatt.
Well, let's certainly not forget her. She's got several outstanding features. A couple I can name right off the top of my head. As this tag team matchup will get very serious because there's a lot riding on this situation. Every tag team matchup is an important one because everybody's gearing up to go against Bad Leroy Brown and Wild Bill Irwin. And I said it right here last week. I say that's the team that can beat Brown and Irwin. Hacksaw, Duggan, and Terry Taylor, in my opinion, as I was saying, in my opinion, I think that they've got it all. And I know both those men extremely well. They're both good friends of mine. And I know where their mind is at this point in time. They're gearing up. They want to go for the gold. And any way that Duggan can get in the match with anybody from Devastation, whether it be Brown or Irwin or the big man, the giant one-man gang, that's what the big guy from Glens Falls is ready for. Hacksaw Duggan and Terry Taylor taking on Rick Steiner and Sting. Steiner and Sting with Eddie Gilbert. And I don't know what to say about a guy whose favorite color is hot pink, but that's certainly his prerogative, I suppose. But Steiner and Sting representing Hot Stuff and Hyatt International, as Terry Taylor with a somewhat bewildered look on his face. But you know, Steiner's strength is becoming legendary in this sport. He is one of the great young athletes, as is Sting in wrestling today, in any association. And they are solidly in the camp of Hyatt and Hot Stuff International. They're one of the great young teams in this sport. And a high body press by Terry Taylor. Steiner showing his strength, Taylor showing his technique and his expertise. Steiner, look over your left shoulder there. And Hacksaw Duggan with a great A ham, and Terry Taylor with one of his own here on Universal Wrestling. And Steiner will need some counseling and perhaps some dental counseling after that series of hands and hams, as they were, from Duggan and Taylor. That is the president and chairman of the board of the Double G Lumber Company. And he gets the crowd roaring. There's none like him in wrestling. Steiner with a kick to the midsection of Terry Taylor. Boy, these are two great young athletes, indicative of the competition in UWF. And Steiner ran right into the ham one more time. This is the kind of competition you see on Universal Wrestling and nowhere else. For superb athletes in great condition, giving it their all. And there's a stomp And the big man from Glens Falls, Steiner, is out on his feet, and Duggan puts him down with the elbow. Nice reversal by Steiner. Duggan showing his agility. Duggan with a flying body press. That big man from Glens Falls at 280 showing that tremendous agility that brought him amateur wrestling championships in high school, made him one of the most recruited football players in America before signing with SMU, and made him devastating on the special teams of the Falcons of Atlanta. Woohoo! Steiner ran right into the shoulder of Hacksaw Duggan, and he is standing tall right in the middle of the UWF. The crowd loves it here in Tulsa, as they do everywhere. Most exciting wrestling action around. Don't miss those bunkhouse brawls if you have the opportunity to see one. Jeans, boots, tape fists, belts, buckles. No rules. You can only get eliminated by quitting or bleeding. It sounds simple, but it is very, very physical. Teamwork by Duggan and Taylor. Near fall, a 2 count. Steiner has taken a lot of punishment, much to his credit. He's in awesome condition, as you can easily see. And there's the tag. In comes Sting, and Taylor, utilizing his quickness with an arm drag takedown, and now the twist and the tag. The full Gertie by the saw. Hot Stuff knows what's coming. Elbow right to the arm. Right hand, and down goes Steiner. Duggan will hit anything that moves. Steiner hasn't got up yet. Duggan with a clothesline. That was a devastating clothesline by Hacksaw Jim Duggan. 1-2. I tell you, Sting, if he wasn't in great condition and tremendously strong, that would have been a pinfall right there. Taylor with a well-placed kick. I'm so impressed with the teamwork of Duggan and Taylor. Great wrestling moves by Taylor and Sting. Reversing it, and Taylor coming out with the upper hand. Taylor gets better and better week after week right here on Universal Wrestling. Hot Stuff and Missy. Boy, that's a pair to draw to, as they say down in Westville. Wearing pink. Referee slightly out of position there. Edward Falk, one of the young officials in the UWF, doing an admirable job, I'll say. Right hands by Sting. One of the toughest competitors in the UWF and in pro wrestling today. Taylor with a great athletic move. Terry Taylor in a pinning predicament. Taylor right back to his feet. And now Taylor right back in the corner. Great tag. The timing was perfect for that tag. Hacksaw Duggan, he'll tell you, he's not any fancy Dan kind of guy. He's a meat and potatoes wrestler. But he likes those big steaks, the big grade A hams. But don't ever think he doesn't have a great amateur background. He does. Duggan, he's a strong man that's controlling Sting. Duggan with a knee right to the solar plexus. I thought he might go for the tag there. But he had his eye on Rick Steiner. Hope the fans in Chicago, Detroit, Minneapolis, Milwaukee are enjoying this program. We're coming your way. Double clothesline came the way of Sting. And remember, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Very important ranking match in the tag team standings. And with Hacksaw Duggan inadvertently preoccupying the official, Gilbert's team are really taking liberties on Terry Taylor. Eddie Gilbert taunting Hacksaw Duggan, and I'll tell you, Eddie Gilbert's one tough man. But I don't mean it with any disrespect to his athletic ability. He's out of his league with a saw. And Jim Duggan said he's got a special place for women, and it's not at ringside. Missy, you better think about that statement. Look at Sting on the top rope. He's so agile, it's like a cat walking the top rope. And that may be it for Terry Taylor. Ooh! A 2.5 count. Taylor's determination and his intestinal fortitude coming to the front as Steiner now turning it on. He's one of the more physical men in this sport today. He likes it tough. The man from Detroit, Rick Steiner, and Taylor now turning under Steiner. It's a pinning predicament. Steiner, remember now, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Clothesline by Steiner, and that was devastating from the Michigan All-American. There's the tag. And now let's see if Sting goes right to the attack. Listen to this crowd. Duggan cheering him on. Go, Terry, go, but what a drop kick by Sting. His repertoire is really becoming diversified. Every week he does something different and yet more and more effective. He's a great young athlete as Sting and Steiner. And at the leadership of Eddie Gilbert and pouting Missy Hyatt, she gets her feelings hurt quite easily. And she is not happy now. Look at the man reaching out that ham. I want a tag. I want some action. Taylor with the arm, the hip lock. The tag was made. Taylor trying to get to the corner. But Steiner with a camel clutch on Terry Taylor. But before that, pulling the tights and keeping Taylor from making the tag. I'll tell you, Steiner and Sting are a great young team. The Double S duo of Hyatt and Hot Stuff International. And with that chin lock, he is strong. Setting in the small back of Terry Taylor. And Taylor is doing the only thing he can do, and that's get to his feet. Taylor now on the elbow to the midsection, and then the second one, but Steiner fights back. Duggan waiting for the tag. Boy, this is tag team action at its best. And this is the Universal Wrestling Federation. And we're happy you're with us. We've got 1 minute to go right here. It has zoomed by. 1 fall, a 10-minute time limit, less than 60 seconds of this match. And there's a tag. He's waiting for it. And Duggan with the right hands and lefts. Down goes Sting. In comes Steiner and down he goes. The big man from Glens Falls is walking tall. High hip lock by Duggan. Taylor back in the ring. Duggan and Taylor now controlling the contest. And it has been a great battle. Elbow by Duggan, who is the legal man. But they're all four in there. 15 seconds left. Duggan with a what a clothesline! What a clothesline by Duggan! The referee's counting the wrong man as Duggan's the legal man in the ring. But the bell is rung. Duggan has Steiner beat, I think. That's the bell. This has been a 10-minute time limit. There's no falls. Let's see if the referee's going to render a decision. Man, what action. Referee, I think that's a fair decision. The match was extremely evenly fought until the very closing moments. I thought Taylor and Duggan really had the upper hand at that point in time. But until then, it was a great battle. One of the classic tag team matchups ever here on Universal Wrestling, as Duggan and Taylor, I know they'd like to have had a victory here. They needed a victory, as did Steiner and Sting, to get that title shot. But what's this?
I'm sure everybody here in this building, everybody watching at home, knows without a doubt if we had only 1 or 2 more minutes, we would have beat you guys. Yeah, we would. Hey, hold it, you two chickens. Don't run too far. Look, just to show you we would have beat you, you got any nuts at all. Why don't you give us 5 more minutes so we can show everybody that we're going to go.
Well, the big man from Glens Falls and his partner Terry Taylor did not need 2 invitations back for 5 more minutes. They're ready, and it is starting right here. I guess we've got an extension of this match. Look at Gilbert in the ring. They need to get him out of there, but he'll go out one way or the other. Terry Taylor will see to that. Duggan, and they want 5 more minutes. They're going to get 5, and it may be the longest 5 minutes in their career. Duggan down in that 3-point stance. Boom, there's that spear. thing is down. 5 minutes is what they wanted. It's 5 minutes is what they're getting. Gilbert was making a big challenge there, but now Gilbert is gathering up their troops. They're circling the wagons and they're going to more pleasant ground, it looks like. They wanted 5 minutes. As far as I'm concerned, that match has just been extended. The referee, let's see here. The referee talking to Hacksaw Duggan. It looks to me like Duggan and Taylor should be declared the winners of this match. Gilbert and his people left the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get the decision. But right now, let's take this timeout.
Wrestling fans, now available for the first time ever, a complete package of souvenirs of your favorite wrestlers. Introducing the UWF Power Packs. Inside you get a complete biography of your favorite wrestler, an official t-shirt, black and white and color 8x10, plus a giant color poster and an official VIP fan club certificate. Power Packs available on these great superstars: Oklahoma Steve Dr. Death Williams, 1986 Tag Team of the Year, The Fantastics, High Flying Terry Taylor, The Unpredictable Missing Link, and Lovely Dark Journey, and the sensational Ted DiBiase. A value worth well over $30 can be yours for only $19.95, just in time for Christmas. To order, send cashier's check or money order for $19.95 plus $3 shipping and handling to UWF Power Packs, 1919 Caroline, Houston, Texas, 77002. MasterCard and Visa customers call toll-free 1-800-233-8741. Texas residents call 1-800-327-2151. Remember to indicate shirt size. Supplies limited. Order now for Christmas.
I'd like to say a special hello out there to all the great wrestling fans of the Universal Wrestling Federation, and hope that you're enjoying these great happy holidays. You know, Tommy, it's a time of year families get together, brother, and there's a lot of love and joy showed throughout the world. And I'll tell you one thing right now. The Fantastics thrive on the love and joy of the fans because you people are the true backbone to professional wrestling. And also, I'd like to say that 1987 is coming up, Tommy, and it's a great year for us because some of the people that we're talking to right now and haven't got a chance to meet, talk to, shake your hands, still a few hugs and kisses. We're going to be coming there very soon, and please stay tuned to this very TV channel for the important dates coming on in 87.
That's right. You know, Bobby, just like you said, 87 is going to be a great year for us. 86 was a great year for us. We held the UWF tag team titles for the longest that anybody's ever held them, and we're looking forward to 1987 regaining those UWF titles, and that's with all you people's support, because all you, just like Bobby said, without you out there, we wouldn't be standing up here today.
Everybody says what's going on, man. You know what's going on? Like, my brother got ripped off of a title. He got stripped of a title. Nobody ever even got in the ring and beat him for it. My other brother gets ripped off of another title. Everybody says, what's going on, man? What's going on? You guys attacked the Fantastics, man. You beat them up. Maybe they didn't have nothing to do with it. Who really cares? Do I look like I really care? No, I don't care. And nobody in the Freebird camp cares. Not Bam Bam, not Buddy Jack, not the Angel of Death, and not Sunshine. I think surrender, Jack. You better understand something, boy. You barking up the wrong tree. That's right. And don't give me all these accusations about, hey, man, what was in the jar? What was in the jar? Hey, I told you, it's just paint. Just figured we'd put you in your place. It wasn't done then. It will be done again. You mark my words, because all of you were in this conspiracy, and I'm going to go through every one of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first from Havana, Cuba, at 235 pounds, Gustavo Mendoza.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we hear the introduction of Steve Dr. Death Williams, let's take a quick look at this week's UWF Top 10. At number 10 is Iceman King Parsons from St. Louis, Missouri. The Missing Link, number 9. Rick Steiner, Detroit, Michigan, number 8. Chavo Guerrero, Fountain Valley, California, number 7. Michael P.S. Hayes, Bad Street, USA, number 6. Terry Taylor, Vero Beach, Florida, number 5. Terry Bam Bam Gordy, the former UWF champion, at number 4. Steve Dr. Death Williams, the number 3 contender from Norman, Oklahoma. Number 2, Hacksaw Jim Duggan from Glens Falls, New York. The number 1 contender, Savannah Jack, the current UWF television champion. And the number 1 man in the Universal Wrestling Federation, the giant champion, the One Man Gang. The good doctor, Steve Williams, the four-time All-American from Norman, Oklahoma. And I'll tell you, if he's not the toughest man in the sport or in the history of this sport, I'm open for nominations. He is a stallion in the true sense of the word. Dr. S.D. Williams in there against Gustavo Mendoza. And Dr. S.D. Williams, the man that is ready for the grudge battle, and Terry Gordy. And what a clothesline! Number 76 of the Sooners with that clothesline. Dr. S.D. Williams and Terry Gordy soon to go nose to nose. Look at the strength of the doctor. Steve Williams is a phenomenal man and a tremendous athlete. Body slam by Dr. Death down that four-point stance. He drove him off the line for the Sooners when that wishbone was in high octane, in high gear. He was one of the deciding factors of that. Dr. Death with that stampede, and he just manhandled Gustavo Mendoza. And the house call has been made. The prescription has been delivered, and Dr. Death is the winner. What a specimen. Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and we'll be back with the team from Bad Street, USA, right after this timeout.
The first kick that took us when I hit the ground. End up like a dog that's been beat too much.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Vicksburg, Mississippi, at 225 pounds, Ken Massey. Also introducing from Houston, Texas, at 255 pounds, Gary Young.
This team, ladies and gentlemen, of Ken Massey and Gary Young will take on the duo from Bad Street, USA, Michael P.S. Hayes and Buddy Jack Roberts. As the crowd, I think they like the music a whole lot more than they like Hayes and Roberts. And Sunshine also accompanying that duo to the ring. Michael Hayes, absent again this week. Made some very unusual comments here last week that we'll elaborate on right after we hear the introductions.
Introducing from Bad Street, USA, at a combined weight of 478 pounds. Introducing first, Buddy Jack Roberts and Michael P.S. Hayes, the Mobius Reavers, and accompanied by Sunshine. This match, one fall or 10-minute timer.
Michael Hayes, as of late, even more sadistic, even more, I think, menacing than ever before. And I know one thing, Dr. S.D. Williams is very much so looking forward to his grudge battle with Terry Bam Bam Gordy, their big brother. The Freebirds want title shots. It's Savannah Jack, tag team titles, one-man gang or whoever. And Hayes starting out like a house of fire, but Gary Young turning the tables on him, and P.S. backing into the corner, but Young following him in. Hayes down with the elbow to the back of the head of Gary Young. Michael Hayes tagging Buddy Jack Roberts. And Roberts and Hayes, the fabulous Freebirds. The toast to the coast, as they have been called in years past. Roberts hammering away at Gary Young. Freebirds, their unprovoked attack a few weeks ago on the Fantastics, certainly uncalled for and will not be forgotten by Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton. As Hayes now taking right over on Ken Massey. Michael Hayes with a clothesline. PS certainly stands for purely sadistic at this point in time. There was a tag. The tag was made. Look at this maneuver. Hayes slamming down Buddy Roberts on top of Ken Massey. The Freebirds are winners, no doubt about it, but Hayes hasn't had enough. He wants some more. Young has been punished. Hayes has thrown Young out of the ring. The fabulous Freebirds have taken care. Wait a minute, the Fantastics coming in from the opposite side of the ring entry area. The Fantastics, Rogers and Fulton, taking over on the Freebirds. And they came here for battle. There may not be sharp dress with their tuxedos. They came here to fight. Elbow off the rope by Rogers. Fulton leveling PS. The Freebird pile driver used on Buddy Jack Roberts. The Fantastics with their fists taped. They're ready for battle. The weightlifting belt. They came to fight. And Roberts is a long way from Bad Street. Perhaps Dream Street, a better description of the location. The Fantastics fighting fire with fire. And we'll be right back after this timeout.
I want to say something to all these people here and throughout the UWF that we are tired of getting attacked by the Freebirds, by Gilbert, Steiner, Steiner, and by any combination, whether it be Devastation Incorporated, anybody. From now on, it's going to be us doing the jumping because we're going to fight fire with fire. We're going to fight fire with fire. And it's a promise from the Fantastics to any of you guys out there listening. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And we're tired of these people jumping out back. We've joined together with all these people out here. And we're going to take that Fantastic Street game.
Well, I'd give Mike Wilson some good advice. Get out of the ring because Michael Hayes, Buddy Roberts, as groggy as he is, I don't know if you can hit him in the head. But the big Angel of Death now coming, and look at Hayes saying, get him. The Angel of Death. And the Fantastics are not intimidated by that big man. Double draw kick by the Fantastics. And out goes the Angel of Death. But it's 3-on-2. The Fantastics got rid of the Angel of Death. He's on the outside, and they're taking back over on a battered and bloody Buddy Roberts and Michael P.S. Hayes. But the Angel of Death back in the ring. This is Freebird odds. 3-on-2. The Fantastics they're fed up. They've been jumped for the last time. But now there's 3-on-2. This is Freebird odds, and the Fantastics are being hammered by Bad Street USA. The Angel of Death bringing Tommy Rogers high above his head. Down on the knees of Hayes and Roberts. And now they're taking over on Bobby Fulton. Fulton and Rogers were boiling, but now, as they ram Fulton's head into the head of the Angel of Death, he's 322 pounds. They use his head like a block of granite, and now Hayes reaching into that sack. He's got something in that jar, whatever it is. Hayes in that mysterious jar he's had in that paper sack. He wouldn't tell us what it is, but Hayes now, the referee, trying to get that jar from him. The Angel of Death hammering Bobby Fulton, who's been busted open. Man, this is getting out of hand here. Referee Edwin Falk trying to get that foreign object from Hayes, whatever's in that jar. They're hammering away at the Fantastics. Hayes getting his troops out of the ring, and we've got to get this back together, and we'll be right back with a one-man gang. Don't go away. Thanks for staying with us, everybody. The report from the dressing room on the Fantastics. They're being attended to as we speak. We'll try to keep you updated in the hour as to their situation and their progress. Ladies and gentlemen, recently on Power Pro Wrestling, Buddy Jack Roberts scheduled to go against the one-man gang. But Hacksaw Jim Duggan had another thought in mind. Let's go back in time and see that matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout features the Universal Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, General Skandar Akbar, presents weighing in at 495 pounds, 6'9", the one-man gang.
Boy, he is an awesome competitor, Sunshine. The tattoos in his scalp. And now let's hear this from Doyle King.
There's
Going
Buddy.
against him tonight, one of the fabulous Freebirds, weighing in at 235 pounds from Bad Street, USA, Buddy Jack Roberts.
Hey,
Wait a minute, Mr. TV announcer. Everybody knows since One Man Gang's been in the UWF, he's been beating up on people. Well, sooner or later, it had to come down between me and you, One Man Gang. And tell you the truth, I don't have the most patience in the world, and I'm sick and tired of waiting.
Hey, Hacksaw Duggan, who wasn't scheduled to even wrestle on television here, he has had all he can stand of the one-man gang. There's a challenge. Look at Buddy Roberts. He just popped the gang right in the eye.
That's right, he's trying to break it up. He's a big-hearted guy, Jim Ross. Look at this. Duggan is saving one-man gang from the beating of his life. That's
Look,
right.
Buddy Roberts hit Duggan and then ran away.
He's trying to break it up, Jim. Trying to break it up. There he goes again, trying to break it up. Hey, 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 what is this?
The gang and Duggan. Boy, what a brutal physical feud this is. Any way to get it settled, there's someone going to get hurt in this situation. Look at Buddy Roberts. There goes the referee. The dressing rooms are emptying here. They're trying to get Duggan and the gang separated.
I don't see how they can. These two men want to get at each other bad, Jim Ross. Whoa!
There goes Mike Reed all the way out to the floor. The ring now is Buddy Roberts surveying the action somewhat. The one-man gang is hammering people. Hacksaw Duggan is hammering people.
They're hitting everyone just to get to each other, Jim Ross.
Whatever it takes for Duggan and gang to settle their situation once and for all, that's what's going to happen.
You know there's some pain being inflicted in that huddle. Fists are flying.
Duggan with those big grade A hams. They're trying to get Duggan away from the gang, and likewise with Akbar trying to get his people, get the gang out of the ring. This thing is really broken loose. Hacksaw Duggan challenging the one-man gang. He wants war.
I've never seen such a serious face in my life. Looks like they want it right now.
Hacksaw Duggan was hammering friends and foes alike, and now the big men are right back at it. The wrestlers in the ring, some and all, they're all trying to break this thing up before it gets entirely out of hand. Akbar still on the outside, directing traffic, but Duggan right back in the game. Well, I'll tell you something. This thing, they've got everybody to cook in the ring to get it broken apart. Hacksaw Duggan and the one-man gang. Duggan was not even scheduled for television. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to get this darn thing back together.
Ladies and gentlemen, General Skandor Akbar and Devastation Incorporated present the UWF Heavyweight Champion at 6'9", 495 pounds from Chicago, the One-Man Gang. And from San Antonio at 230 pounds, Bobby Perez. This match, one fall or 10-minute time limit.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, without a doubt, he's got to be the most awesome specimen in wrestling today at 6'9", 495, the biggest man ever to hold a major singles title. And he is holding the biggest championship in the world today, the Universal Heavyweight Championship. And I know of two men, Hacksaw Duggan and Ted DiBiase, that would love to have any kind of match with the one-man gang. Dr. Death wants a title shot, Savannah Jack, Terry Gordy for that matter. But they've got to stand in line and negotiate with the general, because this man is devastating. 747. The one-man gang is, well, he is beyond description. 495. There you see him, and we've got more time and tag team action with the Iceman and the Missing Link after this from the UWF.
and gullible you people are. See, Duggan has duped you for a long time now. He tells you 87 is Hacksaw's year. 87 will be the demise of Hacksaw Duggan, because the one-man gang is hot on your heels. You can feel 495 pounds of terrifying breath everywhere you go, Duggan, on this big world 87 tour. And incidentally, devastation will be well represented anywhere we go. One-man gang. Irrepressible, and guess what, Duggan? 87 is going to be the biggest nightmare you've ever encountered. And talk about other champions. Beside the UWF champion, the one-man gang, you got the Long Rider, Bill Irwin. And you got Bad Leroy Brown. So if there's a dream team, if there's anybody with that all-American stinking intestinal fortitude, come on down. Because, gentlemen, we got a torture chamber that just won't quit. Everybody's got a big, long list of what they're going to do. The New Year's coming. We're all looking forward to the 12 o'clock midnight. Get to play a little kissy face. Get to play a little huggy poo. Get to have a real good time. Get to make some resolutions. Get some things down in your head that you want to get done the next following year. And number one on Hacksaw Jim Duggan's list, and baby, it's a long, long list, is the UWF title. And there's been two great champions. There's been Terry Gordy, and there's been the one-man gang. But folks, this past year, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, being the man I am, being the meat and potato kind of guy that I am, I retired the North American heavyweight belt, and I fought my way through a bracket. Excuse me, but sometimes I get a little excited and my throat gives out. But I fought my way through that bracket with one thing in mind, and that's the title, and that's my number one resolution.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing at 282 pounds from Libya, the Libyan. Also introducing at 252 pounds from St. Joe, Missouri, Art Cruz.
On their way to the ring, Dark Journey leads the Missing Link and Iceman King Parsons. And they'll be involved in those bunkhouse brawls. First blood, I quit stipulations, jeans, boots, tape fists.
Accompanied by Dark Journey from St. Louis, Missouri at 236 pounds, the Iceman King Parsons. And from Port Canaveral at 265 pounds, the Missing Link. This match, one fall, television time remaining.
Things in the Universal Wrestling Federation are settled man on man. And in the bunkhouse brawls, you can figure man on man times about 20. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of ring attire these men wear. They're allowed to wear boots, jeans, belts, buckles, whatever it takes. Tape fists. You can only be eliminated by quitting or first blood. As the Libyan and Iceman King Parsons square off here in our final event here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. And we've got a couple of minutes of television time left. Should have a tremendous hour here next week on Universal Wrestling. We hope to see Ted DiBiase back with us very, very soon. I know One Man Gang won't be too happy to hear that. The big situations involving Dr. Death and Terry Gordy, Hacksaw Duggan, the One Man Gang, Duggan and Taylor, that dream team going for the gold. As is Steiner and Sting and the Iceman with the drop kicks. Art Cruz frustrated, but that will frustrate you even more. That will certainly relieve some tension. That left hand with the man from St. Louis. UWF in St. Louis in 1987. That man's hometown, the Iceman. We won't be in Libya, so we won't be in the Libyans' hometown in this year. 1 minute to go, ladies and gentlemen. Iceman King Parsons and the Libyan showing his agility. And the rumper stomper! The rumper stomper! And the headbutt! There went Art Cruz! And there went 1, 2, 3! A great victory for Iceman King Parsons and the Missing Link! Dark Journey's got a great team as well. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, right here next week, another tremendous hour. Whatever you do, don't miss those bunkhouse brawls with the UWF stipulations. First Blood or I Quit. We hope to see you there. We'll have a great hour next week. We hope to have Ted DiBiase right here with us next week. I've invited Michael Hayes back to the podium. We'll see if he accepts that invitation. And without a doubt, it'll be a great hour. 1987 will be the year of UWF as the missing link, ladies and gentlemen. And the Iceman shaking it in the ring. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. I'm Jim Ross. So long, everybody.